take you across the registration centers to find out. Well, what we find out is adherence to the COVID-19 protocols continue to remain a challenge at most of the registration centers, at least those that we have visited here, starting from here in the Greater Accra region. At the Blessed Assurance Registration Center in the Ablekuma South constituency, social distancing is a big problem because residents there huddle together in queues, with some of them without face masks. But that is not the only place that Maxwell Agbawa, my colleague, has visited. He was also in 2 other constituencies and has details of that in his report.
Disappointingly, here at the Blessed Assurance Registration Center, social distancing is not really happening. Well, many of the people here have started wearing their masks after they've seen our cameras. But what we observed when we came here was that some of them had it in their pocket, some of them were wearing it under their chins. In fact, many of them were not wearing their masks. Social distancing, it's a big problem here. Now I'm hearing, some of the officials here telling them to space out. But you can clearly see that social distancing is not really working here. I have a concerned resident. You are a resident?
Yes.
And before we pulled out our cameras, you saw the situation here.
Yes.
Can you tell us what the situation was like before we pulled out the cameras?
The situation is not all that good. Social distancing, social distancing poor. Nose masks, no. Washing of hands, I am not seeing it. But what I'm seeing really, what I'm seeing really is the thermometer gun. The thermometer gun is being applied.
Okay.
But for the social distancing, you can even see from the cameras that it is not the best. And some of them are not even having their nose masks, and they are even shouting.
David Anna,
yeah.
Okay. Are you a resident here?
Yes, I'm a resident here.
Okay, so tell me.
Even we advise most of them to wear it because the thing is very dangerous. The sickness is very dangerous. But to my opinion, I have only one problem to say. This kind of queue is unnecessary. To me, it's very unnecessary. Because why the government didn't want to use the old one? Why the government didn't want to use the old voters ID card to vote?
Very densely populated area, so obviously you're going to have these challenges.
Okay.
It is normal.
Are you part of the EC?
Sorry?
Are you part of the EC?
I am an official for a political party. Okay, right? My people in Choco respected social distancing before. No. It's a problem that they always, you see? It's a problem we have here. They won't respect it. This is Choco for you.
Okay, we are here at the City Engineers Registration Center 1 and 2. And as you can see, some persons have gathered here outside the presence of the registration center. So, this lady standing here is one of the people deployed here, one of the health persons deployed here to this particular registration center. Hi, what's your name?
Dr. Dodu. I'm here to check the temperature and to record any case which is beyond me.
Okay.
So I quickly check their temperature before they go wash their hands. Then they proceed to the next level. Above 38, from 38 going, then I put the person aside, fill a form, and then refer the person to our clinic, Osha Polyclinic.
I've been speaking to the Jamestown District Crime Officer, ASP Williams Kalami. He says they are enforcing the strict wearing of the face mask here. Persons who show up at this registration center without a face mask are asked to go home, get one before they return.
So far today is very calm as compared to yesterday. Because initially yesterday there was a problem which was resolved leading to late start of the program. So people were agitating. But today everything is smooth. I think with the programs we put in place, everything is very smooth. The role of the police is very simple, to maintain law and order so that the exercise moves on smoothly.
Okay. Are you also checking whether people are complying with social distancing protocol and the wearing of face masks. Are you also doing that here?
Yes, of course. You know, we are faced with a pandemic, and we must make sure we are all safe. So we see to it that people come with face masks. The social distances should also be observed. So we are ensuring that it is observed.
What about those who come without face masks? What happens to them?
Yeah, personally, I have even spotted some people who were not wearing face masks, and I advised them and sacked them, and they went back and came back in there.
Okay. So if you come here without face masks, you'll be sacked and asked to go and get one?
Yes, sure.
We'll be heading to the Ashanti region where there are major issues coming up there as well. We'll also be going across the regions. Let's start with Bono East. As of 12:30 today, 65 persons had been registered at the Apostles Continuation Church polling station in the Techiman South constituency of that region. We're told that all COVID-19 safety protocols were strictly being adhered to, including social distancing. Anas Sabit is joining me to give us more on that. Hello, Anas. Hi, Anas. We'll be getting Anas to give us more of what he found on his rounds today. Rafiq Salam is joining me also from the Upper West region. We'll have Inathalia Kwansa joining us. Rafiq, in your area, there has been some heavy rains, but people, you know, defied the rains and went on ahead with the registration. Tell us more.
The people are really enthusiastic about what they want to have. Then they fight the rains. There was an early downpour here that stayed for about an hour. And some of the restricting officials and also the prospective restaurants, some of them have to relocate. A case in point at the High Court, the registration officials and also the prospective restaurants has to relocate to the one outside now court. That was where the exercise took place, but it was on hold there. And then also at the Ahmadiyya Mosque, World Mine, it was also the same. They have to relocate and then move inside the mosque, keep it on hold, and then after that, the process began again. And so in the Upper West region here, they defied the rain, but then went on to acquire their cars. So the registration exercise here is orderly and peaceful here. People are having the face mask. Majority of the people that I saw these registration centers are having this nose mask, and then they're having the Veronica buckets. The temperature, the thermometer gun was also at their disposal. So they are nurses all over who are checking to share some of them worried about, which is a major worry to many, is a crowding at these tourists.
Rafiq, I'm losing you intermittently, but I'm hearing that what you're saying is that people defy the rains. Yes, they went ahead, but there's a major problem there as well, which has to do once again with crowding in the areas of the registration. Rafiq, if you can hear me again, here in Accra, the reports that we've done indicates that people are going to be, or the electoral officers are looking at a point where people will be turned away for not observing the protocols. Did you get to engage with any of the electoral officers, and what did they say? Well, Rafiq seems to be having a hard time hearing me, but those are pictures videos that Rafiq sent us from the Upper West region. So those are coming from the Upper West region. What happened when the rains began? Obviously, the people were relocating, and they did relocate to continue with the registration, not to relocate and to stop. Let's get to the northeast, the Bono East region. Anas Savit is standing by. Anas.
I tried to speak to them. They wouldn't speak, and the policemen and also the registration officers, so it's difficult to control them.
Okay, Rafiq, it's you again. So you were saying that you tried to engage the electoral officers, but they wouldn't talk to you. How disturbing is the issue? Yes, Rafiq, I hear you. How disturbing is the issue about not wearing of face masks and crowding at the registration centers?
I will tell you the issue of nose masks. When you go to the registration centers, I can tell you that over 99% of the people are wearing the face mask and also some wearing face shield. But the major headache, the major problem they are having is about this social distancing. You know, the places are crowded, and so the electoral officers will tell you that it's not easy to control these crowds at the places. So they have not much difficulty about what having this nose mask, but difficulty they have is that it's getting to this social distance.
Interesting. Rafiq, we'll say a very big thanks to you there for that report. Rafiq Salam joined us from WA with a report. Everything is going on smoothly, except that people are now beginning to crowd around the sanitizers, and that's also creating a problem for the electoral officers there. Anas Sabit, like I said, counted the number of people who had registered in the Bono East region, in one of the constituencies in the Bono East region, that is the Techiman South constituency in the Bono region. And as of 12:30 today, 65 people have registered. So how many people were they expecting, out of which only 65 have registered? As we're looking to get this done, I'm hoping that Anas Sabit will be able to give us more on that particular one. Hi, Anas, can you hear me? Okay, we're having. Okay, Anas, is that you? I hear some sound there. Is that you? Tell us, how many people were expected, if you know, how many people were expected at this particular constituency where 65 people had registered as of 12:30 today?
That particular polling station, they were expecting over 100. Yesterday they did 105. Okay. And today they are expecting some 100 and over 100 because of what happened yesterday. And so as at 12:30 midday, they have registered 65. And so looking from the number of persons we spotted on the ground, there's a likelihood that they will be able to register more than 100 as expected. But what is interesting about what I observed on that particular registration center is that everything is in order. It is a particular church ground, that's the Apostolic Continuation Church polling station, and all the registrants were seated in a spacious manner, with all of them having their face masks on. And there is a Veronica bucket placed at the entrance of the church. You will be instructed to wash your hands before getting inside. In fact, when we got there, two gentlemen approached us and asked our mission there before they even allowed us entry into the ground. So that is what they are doing to ensure that people who get in there do observe all the protocols before they're even allowed access to the registration center. So it is so far the best in terms of the observation of the protocols so far as this registration exercise is concerned, the areas I have visited since yesterday.
Anas, thank you. Anas Sabit's there with a report from Bono East, specifically that constituency. Let me take you to the Volta region, where Ivy Setoji has been monitoring the registration process today. Hi, Ivy. Ivy, what did you find today?
Good afternoon. Hello, Gifty.
Hi, Ivy. Tell us what you found today.
Hello, Gifty. So the issue of social distancing is still a problem, even at home, where I visited today, some of the centers. This morning, some residents who went to register were fighting as to who registered first or not, just like yesterday in Ketu South. And so the officials had to come in to writing numbers for them to use for the registration. So there were a little bit of chaos in that center. So the issue of social distancing is still a problem. In regard to, we were told that some of them they don't even have Veronica buckets so that people can wash their hands, not even the gun thermometer. So these issues residents are saying need to be resolved. The residents are still not adhering to the protocols.
Okay.
Also, they are not wearing the face mask. So we just hope that as time progresses, these things are corrected.
Thank you very much for that report. Ivy Setoji, the Volta Regional Correspondent.